First up, my friends at Superfluid, and also my friends at Opolis. Weird. So, Patrick.
Hey, John.
Good to see you, man. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Last time we met, we were at the after party for ETHDenver in the mountains going skiing.
That's right. It's last year. So welcome back. So you're going to be talking to us about Superfluid, and then Voith from the Opolis team is going to be talking about sort of how we're doing some things with Superfluid, as well as other projects to create the future of the employment protocol for a global utility. So in any case, guys, take it away. Have a good time.
All right. What is up, ETHDenver? Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Patrick, and I'm coming at you from Superfluid today. I'm going to be talking about how to build a super app. And Superfluid essentially is a new DeFi primitive for recurring automated transactions. And so what that basically means is once you create a super token by wrapping a regular token, now it's got all these superpowers. And today we are basically going to deploy a new contract. We are going to start a flow of tokens to that contract. And then we're going to do some cool things like transferring an NFT, and that's going to update where the stream of tokens is going. And so we're going to call this the Holy Grail. But before we go into the Holy Grail, I just want to give a background on what Superfluid is. So this new DeFi primitive, it's adding functionality to existing ERC20 tokens. So you can take any of them and upgrade them, and then they get these superpowers like money streaming. You can do reward distribution. So it's like a super powered airdrop kind of. You can give out shares to different people. And then you can hit like the distribute button, and then boom, everybody gets all of the tokens according to how many shares they have. And then we also have batch calls. So you can perform multiple steps in a single transaction using super tokens rather than having to, ask the user, sign this, okay, sign this, okay, sign this, right? So it's like a little more usable, a lot more utility to it. And then the last one is contract callback. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is looking at how to work with money streams and then how to have a contract interact with those streams. So if somebody does something to you on your contract and then you want to change, say, okay, now the stream should go here, now the stream should go here, you can do that as well. So callbacks give this sort of reactionary abilities to your apps, and they can update token stuff. Okay, so a super app then is something that allows you to programmatically control streams. And what this does is it gives the callbacks, like I said. For the app that we're building today, it's going to be a Holy Grail. So we're going to mint a Holy Grail, and we're going to give it to we're gonna have it for ourselves. We're gonna create a stream going into the Holy Grail, and then we are gonna transfer the Holy Grail to somebody else, and the app is gonna control where the stream of tokens should be going. So I would encourage you guys to check out if you need ideas for building this, and we'll kind of come back to this later. Go to hack.superfluid.finance, hack.superfluid.finance. And we've got a lot of ideas there for what you can build if you're going like, okay, but like, what do I use it for? So you can get some ideas there and find teammates. And then there's the app, which we're going to use in the demo today. If you show up here, we're going to mint you some testnet ETH and some tokens that you can play with and start creating a stream. And you can also monitor streams. We have the JS SDK, which works for both Web3.js and Ethers. That allows you to quickly create new streams and also do the instant distribution like I talked about earlier. That is available. And of course, the docs. Here you can get set up, get started with everything. We have the network directory where you can see where all the contracts are deployed on the testnets. We have basically every testnet except for Kovan. And we have the Discord. So discord.superfluid.finance. If you tag one of us, you can get help. And then we're in the ETHDenver Discord as well. Okay, so Now to the Holy Grail. All right, so we're going to mint an NFT, ERC 721. We are going to flow tokens to that NFT, and whoever holds it is going to receive the flow of tokens. So this is a link. We'll put this in the Discord later. If you click this link, Remix, it will give you everything that you need that we're going to do today. So I'm going to hop over to that link now, and we are going to select the tradable cash flow contract, and we are going to deploy it. All right, cross your fingers that Gourley is going to work well today. It was a little bit slow yesterday, so I'm using Alice. Alice is the account that I'm deploying the contract from. And if we go to the dashboard, we see that Alice has 996 super token DAI. So that's, we call it DAI X. We add the X to denote the superpowers of the DAI. So now that's in my dashboard. I have 996 of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a stream to that token that we're minting. All right, I see that that is confirmed. Our contract is now deployed. And if we go over here to name, we see the name is the Holy Grail. The symbol is Grail. Okay, great. What's the total supply, right? Like how many Holy Grails are there? One. Okay, there's only one Holy Grail, right? That's very important. All righty. So now what we're going to do, we're going to get the address of this contract, and we are going to create a new stream. All right, here we go. We're going to select DAI. We're going to do 1,000 a month. Oh, wait a second, but I don't have 1,000 a month or 1,000 DAI in my balance, right? Is it still going to work? I don't know. Let's find out. 1,000. Oh, not 10,000. Well, I could do 10,000. Let's just do 1,000 though. All right. Get this DAI flowing to the Holy Grail. And while that's processing, let's go check out our other account over here. This is Bob's wallet, and he has also logged into the dashboard. He has a little bit of Gourley ETH because we airdropped it to him when he logged in, but he has no incoming streams. So his balance of super token is nothing. So let's go back over to Alice's wallet, transaction confirmed. And in a second, we should see a stream pop up in here. Oh, wait, what happened? Why are there two streams? Now we have a stream going out, and then we have a stream coming in. Can you guess why? Yep, it's because we're holding the Holy Grail. We're the owner of the Holy Grail. So when we send a stream to the Holy Grail, it's pointing it right back at us. So we see at a similar rate, this should probably be the same numbers. It might just be a little, rounding error, but these, the incoming stream and the outgoing stream is at the same rate. And if we go down and check, we'll copy our Alice's address and we will check current receiver. Actually, we don't need to do that. We see right here, there is an incoming flow rate, and we are the receiver, 949. That's us. Okay, so now what is it time to do? It's time to transfer. And when we're transferring NFTs, we call the transfer from function. And let's go and grab Bob's address. We're going to transfer the Holy Grail to Bob. We're going to copy our address because that's who we're transferring from. And we are going to pass token ID 1. Remember, because there's only total supply of 1 and the ID is just 1. All right, so we deployed the NFT. We sent a stream to it. And now we're going to give the NFT to somebody else. And that stream is going to automatically update. So let's go sit and wait on this account here, on Bob's account, the receiver, and see, oh, there it is. Now they are receiving the stream that Alice is sending. And so if we look at Alice, we see there's a negative flow. And if we look at Bob, there is a positive flow. So there we have it. We just minted an NFT. We sent a stream to it. Because it was a super app, it was able to react to things happening in the contract and update the flow of tokens using callbacks. And that's what enabled us to modify this flow of tokens to the Holy Grail without actually having to do anything other than transfer that NFT to somebody else. So now we see that Bob is receiving about 1,000 DAI a month. we were able to send a flow of 1,000 DAI a month without having 1,000 DAI a month because super token streams don't require capital lockup. So you don't need to have all the money up front, which is why this is great for payroll. This is great for sending cross-border payments. It could be good for subscription as well. And as long as you have enough DAI here remaining, like until this runs out, that stream is going to flow. And the cool thing is that you can cancel it at any time, of course. But if you have streams coming into your wallet that are more than the outgoing streams, then you can keep that going on forever, right? There's no need for you to like call a thing and like withdraw it and then redeposit it. No, it's like if your incoming is 1,000 and your outgoing is 1,000, then it's gonna go forever, right? Like if it's 1,001, then you can do 1,001 out. So that's really cool. So like I said, go to hack.superfluid.finance. You can go to the ideas billboard, see some examples of what people have already built with Superfluid. You can look for ideas that don't have a team yet, and you can find other teammates that are looking for somebody to build on their idea. We also, let me go back to the presentation. The SDK is pretty easy to use. You basically just initialize it, create a user object, and then call user.flow and provide the flow rate. One thing is the tokens, the flow rate is in tokens per second. So you need to adjust for 18 decimals. And then you also need to convert to a per second flow rate. So with that, also go discord.superfluid.finance is our Discord. The link to this presentation will be in the channel for Superfluid in ETHDenver Hackathon. So just Control K, by the way, if you're not familiar with Discord, Control K, and then like search for the channel you want. It's such a great hack. So that's a nice little hotkey that I'm doing. So Control K, Superfluid, you can find, and you'll get the links for all of this. We have 5,000 in prizes, 2,000 for first place, 1,000 for second place, and then 4 $500 prizes. So that's nice because we're hoping we can spread the love and give lots of people some prize for building on this stuff, because blockchain is hard and we know that, and we want to make it easier for you. So come ask for questions. Don't get frustrated. You can definitely do this. I believe in all of you. I remember my first hackathons. It felt like I was climbing Mount Everest, but it is hard, and it's not just you. Like everyone agrees this is hard. We want to make it easier for you, and we want to give you prizes if you build with us, because we want to recognize that effort that you're putting in. So with that said, this is one example. Superfluid is one example of how we can send. Let me go back to the very beginning. One of the ways we can send salaries to people. And as John mentioned, we hope that maybe Opolis will consider streaming salaries to people using Superfluid. I think that would be cool, because we think that everybody deserves to be paid in real time, and not every 2 weeks or every month, or every month plus another week to process something and then your bank holds it, right? No, you should get paid in real time. So with that, I'll hand it over. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you. And speaking of payments, we from Opolis are here. So I'm Voith Mascarenhas, and I have with me over here Spencer, who's the product manager, and he also happens to be a member of the Commons. So I'm super hyped to have him here, and he'll be helping me with this talk as we go along. So let's get started. So, okay, so you're going to talk about the, so I'm here to talk about the decentralized employment, payroll mining, and work rewards. Now this concept, the employment commons, comes from Opolis. And What that is I would like year to year from a member. So Spencer, why don't you tell us about Opolis, the employment commons?
Yeah, so really quick, as Voith mentioned, I'm a member, and I have been member of the employment commons, and I've also been contracted by Opolis to help manage the building of what we're about to show today, and kind of a couple further steps. And so I'm working for Opolis on a contract basis, and that means that I have the kind of the freedom to work in other areas as well. And so I currently have a number of different projects across a number of different clients or projects that I'm working on, and all of my benefits are actually centralized within Opolis, and I'm provided healthcare and payroll kind of benefits with Opolis. Which I think is really cool, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to help Opolis build this thing. And what we are building is a way for me and other members of the employment commons to be rewarded and also to participate in the governance of that employment commons. So this is in the very early stages, as Voith will be talking about. This is a progressive decentralization approach that Opolis is taking. But basically, as you can see here in these bullet points, as I receive payroll through the Opolis mechanism, I am going to be rewarded for that payroll consumption. And it's something that we kind of call payroll mining. So I'm going to be receiving work tokens kind of as a thank you and as a reflection of what I've been doing. And those work tokens will also allow me to participate and help to govern the employment commons of which I'm a member.
Okay, yeah. So that's the commons. But all of that sounds like Web 2 stuff, right? I mean, you can pretty much implement all of those benefits and all of that on the Web 2 itself. But where does the Web 3 part come in? So as I said, it's a cooperative. Everyone benefits being part of the cooperative. But how do we be transparent in that case? So that's where Web 3 comes in. And what are the different challenges there if, say, Opolis has to become fully decentralized? And so Opolis doesn't say that it is decentralized now, but it aims for progressive decentralization. And the thing with payroll or anything is that you have to fill in a bunch of text forms, and a human has to review those forms. And a taxman wants their money in fiat right now. And come on, let's face it, crypto is not a mainstream currency yet, right? And then we have all these users who are not used to the Web3 space. So where they come in, they hear about this thing called gas for the first time. Okay, I need to interact with the blockchain. Oh, but I need something called gas. Oh, that's a bummer. But we are here, and we are planning to be the bridge between the Web 2 and the Web 3 world. So how do we do that? So we use great tools for that. So the first thing, to interact with a blockchain, you need a great wallet. So we'll be using a magic wallet. I'll get into the details of that, how it's different from the rest of the wallets, existing wallets, if you haven't heard about magic. We have all sorts of gas-related problems. The network is congested. So, and the gas prices keep spiking on the Ethereum network. So we plan to use sidechains, and we're using XDAI at the moment. For governance, we are using Snapshot, which I'll be demoing in a while. And hey, we just spoke about Superfluid just spoke, and we plan that Superfluid will do our token distribution. So let's head over to the demo. So as Spencer said, he said we have this way where for processing payroll and for using Opolis, you get rewarded, right? So that's what I'm here to demo today. What do you do with those rewards? How does governance work? So that's what we are going to demonstrate today. So once you come in to the Opolis dashboard, the way to get onto the Opolis dashboard is you have already filled up the onboarding forms. Someone has gone through your forms and have got you verified, and now you're a member of the commons. So this is the screen that you see once you're a member of the commons. And I'm here now to show you the rewards and governance part. So the moment I click on this is the screen that comes in. But here's the thing, for any project, we first need to select a wallet, right? And as I said earlier, we are using a different kind of wallet here. We're using something called Magic, and it really is magic. And I'll tell you why that is magic in a while. So as I said earlier, we want to get rid of this friction that is there for Web2 users who are used to the internet but not used to the Web3 world. And we don't want users to get all these problems related to gas. So how do we do that? Use Magic for that. So if you come in here, you can just say, click on use default wallet. And it says it's setting up the wallet for you. And what happens is behind the scenes, we are funding the wallet with gas. And all of this is abstracted out to the user. You don't have to worry about what's going on over there. And let's see, let's just wait for it to get whitelisted. Taking a while.
So what's happening here behind the scenes is, so we have a few different contracts that we've set up and deployed on XDAI. One of those is kind of our member registry or whitelist contract, and that holds all the addresses of the members of the commons. So my address as a member will be there. We also have the work token contract, and then the staking contract, which we'll talk about here. One thing that we wanted to make really sure of as we were thinking about how we wanted to build this was to make sure that we could support both our Web 2 native friends who are becoming members of the employment commons. And that's one of the reasons that we're using Magic to make it super smooth for them. But we also want to support members like me who are a little bit more Web3 native, and so there's going to be a way for me as a Web3 native member to switch to an existing wallet that I already have, and also get all of these benefits as well. So go ahead, Voith.
Okay. Yeah. Let's speak about payroll. So since Opolis processes payroll for you, the way it works at Opolis is payroll gets processed on the first and third Friday. So if I go to history and invoices here, you will see that there's an invoice that has been created. And this invoice is dated for the 19th of February. But hey, today is 7th. So invoice won't get processed until the 19th of February. And why does that matter? Because what happens is when invoice gets processed, and say it crosses a certain threshold, then you can get rewards. So, but there's nothing to worry about. What I have here is I have built a tool here which is going to simulate this time travel thing. We are going to pretend that it's going to be 19th of February, and then see a payroll block will be mined, and you'll get your rewards. So let's select the date, 19th February, fast forward the time to 19th of February. Let's click on this.
And just as this is going, one reason this is important to show and important to understand is that the rewards that I get as a member are a function of the growth of the Opolis Commons as measured by the amount of money flowing through the payroll system. So new rounds of rewards that we're calling blocks are triggered at certain thresholds of growth of that total payroll. And so what's happening in this simulation is we're basically simulating the employment commons growing sufficient to cross that threshold. So now and triggering some rewards that are distributed to all of the employment commons members that have been consuming the payroll services, including the example on the screen here.
Right. And just to add to it, Superfluid is going to be helping us with this payroll distribution, the token distribution. So if I refresh here, you'll see, oh, I have already received a bunch of tokens here. It says my total is 15,000. So I already have some rewards here. And as you can see, it's not staked at the moment. So as Spencer told you, we have a smart contract where we can stake our tokens. So let's have a look at that. Let's stake a couple of tokens here. So let me just stake about 100 tokens. And here's the cool part. Here's where you get to see the real magic of the Magic Wallet. So let me click on stake. Now, if you use something like MetaMask, you would have to approve the transaction, right? And the way this works is you need to make two different calls. One is the approve call to the ERC20 token, and then is the actual staking call to the staking smart contract. But guess what? You don't have to worry about any of that using this. All of that happens behind the scenes. And there you go. You see that your tokens have been staked. But how do you trust me? Like, this has actually happened on the blockchain. Well, you don't need to trust me. What you can do is come on go to the blockchain, come here, and check the transactions that have been made here. So if I click on this particular transaction that is created here, you can see that the stake method was called. And if you look at this particular address here, it matches with mine. So there you go. Magically, a transaction was mined and a user did not have to worry about anything. So let's go to the next part, that is governance.
And so as we're looking at governance, you might be asking why would I as a member want to stake my work tokens, stake my rewards? And the reason is primarily to earn additional voice in the governance. And as we'll see in this example, and I can even talk about myself, I will be, if I stake, then I will be kind of boosting the amount of say that I have in certain governance decisions over the Opolis Commons or the employment common.
No, right. So if you come on this, click on governance portal, you see you can create a bunch of proposals here. There are proposals that have already been created. But before, the first thing you need to do is connect a wallet. So I have already set up a wallet. Our wallet is not yet supported here, but I'll use MetaMask for now. Okay. Sorry about that. MetaMask logged me out for some reason. Okay, there we go. We have logged in. So let's click on this proposal. And the way this works is this actually publishes data to IPFS, and you don't really need to make a transaction. All it takes is your signature, as you will see. So here's a proposal which says the work token reward allocated for payroll consumption, what should be that percentage? Right now it's 30%. What if I want to increase that percentage? So let's click on 50%. And then I say vote. And while voting, you see something different here. Your voting power is 11 work tokens. It's not one. And that's the reason being you had to stake 10 tokens. And we're using quadratic voting here. And the formula is square root of the stake plus 1. That equals to 11 work tokens. So let's just vote and see what happens. And here you see, it's requesting for your signature. It's not requesting, you don't see any guess requested over here. So that's the good part. You just need a signature. And there you go. It says our vote is in. And if I scroll down below, there you go. You see that my vote is here and has 11 equivalent work tokens associated with it. So that's all for the demo. Let's head back to the presentation here. And the last topic is towards a decentralized future. As we said, we tend to become progressively decentralized, but here are a few challenges. One of the bigger challenges is that we have to verify all the forms like I-9, W-4 which can only be done by a human right now. So we probably need on-chain KYC, but how is that going to happen? Oracles is the answer? I don't know. That's an open-ended question. The other thing is we want to be transparent about the payroll volume process. And the reason being, the token reward that have been allocated are calculated based on that. So we need to be transparent about that, but we also need to keep user security in mind. So we don't disclose user level data, like how much am I making? Those kind of, we could probably use something like NewsCypher there, where only two people who have a certain secret can share that data on the blockchain. And the biggest part is crypto needs to be a mainstream currency. Right now, it's not. So until then, your taxman will want their payments in fiat. But Opolis is here. Opolis is here to bridge that gap for you till that happens. And if you like all this stuff, and we have a couple of bounties here, and we are building an API, which will be launching sometime this year. But we would like to hear from you what you would like to see in our API now that I've seen our product. Let us know. So we have a bounty for that. We also have a bounty for integrating crypto processing, crypto payroll. We have a bounty for that. So please go to this or reach out to us on the Discord server, and we'll be happy to help you. Well, that's all I have. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Voith. Thanks, Spencer. Thanks, Pat. Great job, guys. So to answer Pat's question or his call to us as he transitioned, hell yes, we're going to use Superfluid to stream payroll. We think people need to get paid in real time too. I mean, Spencer and I have already been talking about that as the roadmap for some of the next generation things that we're going to be doing. So hell yes. The whole roadmap for Opolis is really just to glue all the primitives and natives together in a usable format. One of the most exciting things is Voith demonstrated is like you literally don't have to be a crypto person at all to be able to use this product. It's completely obfuscated away from you, which means big onboarding opportunity. Payroll and employment is the next killer app, and I'll be doing a talk on that actually this coming Thursday during the Ownership Economy Summit. So thanks, guys.